Test, test. All right. Well, welcome everybody to today's broadcast. We've got your Conway Wampus Cats up in Northeast Arkansas, just outside of Jonesboro, taking on Valley View, and we are ready to start. Max Holland up the plate, takes a first pitch strike, and we're underway. That went a little bit up, 1-1. Joined on broadcast here by Scott Wanamaker. I don't think we've called together yet, Scott.
No, we have not, and I've been looking forward to this for a long time. So
Max spits on that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sean Cover on deck. Coach Harden flipped those 2 guys earlier this week. So far, so good.
you know, it makes sense if Max gets on, they can do a courtesy runner when he's catching for sure.
Yeah, Max typically a little more selective hitter as well. I don't know if that factors into it. Or maybe just change things up and see what sticks.
Yeah, he's definitely had a few different lineups, and I mean, you have Silas batting fourth, which he's been, you know, I think he's earned that spot. Ooh.
That ball is smashed to the shortstop, and it gets through him.
And he lasered that ball.
That ball was playable, but hit very hard, and it's right in our line of sight. I think he didn't, maybe took that a little nonchalant. So I think we're going to give him a base hit, Scott.
Yeah, I would definitely give him a base hit on that one.
I don't know the Valley View's coach would give our guy a base hit on that one. He probably thought his guy should have caught that, but
yeah,
here we are. So Max is going to, I think he's running for himself over there, Coach.
I believe you're right.
First pitch, high fastball, swung on and missed by Cover. Ooh, with the very, very bottom of the strike zone, we got a 1-1 count. Or sorry, 0-2 count.
Let's see what he gives him here. Breaking ball in the dirt.
Good stop. Yeah, Holland running for himself.
No.
1-2 count. London Stewart on deck, followed by Silas Cicero. Here's the pitch. Hit foul right side.
Yeah, he fought that one off and hit that a mile high off to the right side of the field here, out of play.
So, Scott, this is a fun one. Not a conference game, nothing on the line, but some bragging rights and a good matchup. Both teams ranked top 3 in the state, and kind of any poll that you'll see.
Yeah, and I'm looking at their right field wall, and they have 5 state championship banners up there.
Yeah, so they won the last 2 5A state championships, and then they won 3 4A state championships going back to 2008. I think that's right. I know for a while there was a 7A classification, so things got slid around a little bit. But pitch down away, good.
Worked his way into a full count. He was down 0-2 to start. Now he's at a full count. Fouled off that, spoiled that pitch, and worked himself into a favorable count here.
Holland is going on a 3-2. Again, fouled away. This is what Coach Harden wants. He wants his hitters to work the count. That way, even if you don't reach safely, you have put some work on the pitcher. And that sets up the next guy.
Is that considered a quality at bat? Is that what that's?
Yeah,
listed
I think
as?
there's a certain number of pitches they want to aim for as example of that. And I believe we are up to 8 pitches now for Sean Cover.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really good first inning at bat. Gets a good look, gets his pitch count up just a touch.
Throw to first, knocked down by the first baseman.
Wait. Yeah, he almost threw that one in right field, trying to pick off Max there. First baseman made a nice pick on that.
Another 3-2. This one is up. Oh. It was borderline. Top of the zone, outside part of the plate, a breaking ball. And
I think we're going to see
Cover laid off it, but he got rung up for strike 3.
Maybe too close to take with 2 strikes, but
yeah,
that's, I would say, the very top of the zone after calling one maybe down below the zone a little bit.
So hitters can take note. We got a little bit of a big zone to start the game. Different part of the state, not a crew that we usually see and are familiar with. It's London Stewart swings through the first pitch.
Yeah, London's starting in center field today, which is his normal spot when he's not on the mound. Batting third with Silas Cicero on deck in the cleanup spot.
Yeah, it's kind of been a revolving door after the top 2 spots. Kind of matchups and who's hot and who's pitching and who's pitching. Yeah, and what move is the next move for us on the mound. All that factors in. That one's high. Somewhere Sean Cover shaking his head, but it's 2-1.
Yeah, I don't think Sean wanted to see that one called a ball now. Would have been helpful a few minutes ago.
Strike 2 again. He's right now living with that fastball at the top of the zone. It's a 2-2 pitch coming. And that one's up again.
Yeah, that was a good take.
Every pitch has been almost that same spot. And Lennon swung through a couple, took a couple. And it's tough on an umpire when he's nibbling right here at the top of the zone.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's not missing by much.
Yep.
He likes that upper part of the zone for sure.
Time changes it up, and Stewart fouls it away. Oh, it stays in
my
play.
Goodness. Wow.
A really nice catch by the third baseman up against the fence. I just kind of spun back, Scott.
Yeah, I lost that in the sun.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even know. I just assumed it was over on the football field and came right back.
Yeah, breaking ball in, and he kind of got inside it and backspun it back into play by Coach Reed. Coach Reed maybe could have slowed third base down a little bit. All right, out number 2. And here is Silas Cicero. Again, misses high.
Silas coming off a fantastic pitching performance and some clutch hitting on Tuesday at Little Rock Christian. He had, 6 strikeouts in a row, I think, at one point. And
he kind of took charge of the game. Said, I'm going to hold it here until you guys can figure out how to score.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they still have Max out there running with 2 outs. I thought they might have.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Pitches away. So we have not talked about Valley View much. So starting pitcher here is Madden Tatum. He's a senior. Jacksonville State commit. Jacksonville State, a nice Division I mid-major out of Alabama. Seen as one of the top pitchers in the state, the senior class. We've got 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think I saw they posted it. They've had a couple of conference games this week, and I believe both of them were just absolute blowouts.
Yeah, they kind of had
15 to nothing.
They had a cakewalk doubleheader on Tuesday, so they can Probably throw about anything they want to today.
Yeah.
2-2. Cy fouls it off. Another high fastball.
Someone's going to catch one of those high fastballs and drive them a long way, I think, if they can get on top of it.
It's a tough pitch to cover, but it's also a pitch if you missed down a little bit as a pitcher, you left it over the plate.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Strike call somewhere around the outside corner. And that's the that's the end of the top of the first. Wow. Okay.
A little wider than we're used to, isn't it?
Yeah, that was something else. So, okay. Well, Cats failed to score on the top of the first. We'll come back for the bottom half in just a minute. All right, we are back at Valley View for the bottom of the first inning, and sophomore Simon Abel on the mound for the Wampus Cats, making his third start of the season. And I did not look close at the lineup, Scott. We were getting set up after a long drive, and Max Holland's at shortstop today.
I did not even notice that. I just assumed. And he gets the ball first.
The ball will find you. Holland to first. One pitch, one out. So here's what we got, Scott. We got Holland at shortstop. Sean Covers in right field today. You mentioned Leonard Stewart being in center. Silas Cicero at third base. Willie Boss at his normal first base position. Carter Crow is DHing today. Kean's at second. Strike one by Abel. Simon Abel hitting in the 8th spot, pitching, and Colson Ashcraft in right field.
I think Colson's in left. I think he had two.
Well, and I don't see Will Upton on here either. So with Coach Harden, that could be that he's already made a sub, or that we're missing something here. So we'll we'll sort things out here at some point.
Well, I mean, we can go around the infield. We have Will Upton catching. Yep. We have Silas Cicero at third base. Max Hollins at shortstop.
And Simon Abel says, "Get off my plate."
A little purpose pitch. I like it. All right, back. So sorry, Kean Brown is at second base. Willie Voss is at first base. And then if my eyes are correct, we have Sean Cover in right, London in center, London Stewart in center, and Colson Ashcraft in left field.
Yep, that's what it looks like to me. So we've got somebody on here. Well, it's not good. It's not good broadcast to talk about what we don't know. So we'll figure it out and just call the game. How about that?
What we do know is Simon has thrown 2 ground balls and then hit a batter. So now the cleanup hitter, number 25, is up to bat here. He's a lefty. Let's get another ground ball, finish this inning off, and go
Yeah,
hit
and
some
this
more.
is our starting pitcher, Madden Tatum, on the mound, or at the plate.
If I had to guess, Max might be playing shortstop to come in and
Keep his legs fresh to close.
to
Yep.
be a reliever.
I can see that, and just get off his legs a little bit.
Yeah,
Keep him fresh.
we've had 2 conference games and utilize.
Runner going, ground ball to second. Kean Brown is there. Flips to first, and that's it. No runs hit by pitch, and no one left. We've played a full inning here at Valley View. No score. Be back in just a minute. And we are back at Valley View for the top of the second inning. A pretty fast first inning. Not a surprise. 2 really good teams, a lot of good pitching. And we're going to start the top of the second with Willie Voss at his usual first base position. Voss swings and, well, I shouldn't say he's fouled out of play because that's right in the direction of where Stewart's went, and it came back on us. There is a breeze blowing in from, I guess it'd be out to the kind of right field. Not a heavy wind, just a steady breeze. Breaking ball, and Voss lays off.
I mean, they're gonna check with the first base ump on that one, even though it's behind him.
Well,
So
it's your only option. 2-man crew.
yeah,
Which I'm okay with. You know, you want to clean up something that's obvious as long as he's not guessing.
yeah.
1-1. Voss fouls it back. 1-2. Voss rolls over that one. 2-hopper to the first baseman. Oh, this could be a foot race.
Oh, he
and
made it. Oh, he made it.
Calls him
No.
out. It was bang, bang, close play. You know, that's one where those like, do you dive or you're better off running to the base? Yeah, that's a tough call as well. But yeah, first baseman fielded it, and he thought he could get there in time, and he didn't realize Voss's speed. So a late toss to first. But the out is required, or it's retired. And here is.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it shows you what kind of speed Willie Voss has if he almost beats out a ground ball to the first baseman.
Routine 2-3 hopper, yep. First pitch strike to Carter Crow and a breaking ball.
But we've talked about that before, is just how much team speed we have and how we have some guys that can get around the bases.
Yep. It puts pressure on the defense, and you know, when things are going well, the Cats can score even if they're not hitting great. Count 0-2 to Crow. Key and Brown on deck.
Run.
And Crow chases out when it pops away from the catcher. Throw to first made by Keaton Mathis. And that will be out number 2.
Yeah, Keaton's had himself a good week. He had what, a couple RBIs the other night in the first inning.
Had 3 RBIs last night, a couple base hits.
I guess that was last night.
It was last night.
My bad. That's getting these games mixed together a little bit.
Brown gets a piece of that and fouls it into the catcher's mitt. Tatum looks good. Good heavy fastball, nice breaking ball. Gets that one by Brown as well. It's 0-2.
I can't see from here if there's much movement on that or if it's just a good spin or what. But he's getting it by him.
And he strikes out Brown on 3 pitches. So a 1-2-3 inning for Madden Tatum. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless from Valley View. All right, and we are back at Valley View for the bottom of the second inning. Wampus Cats taking on the Valley View Blazers, a couple of undefeated teams coming in to this ball game. 2 of the more highly ranked teams. And Scott, this is only the second ever meeting between these 2 schools. So last year when Valley View came on the same Friday before spring break for non-conference, that was the first ever meeting between these 2 schools. So last year the Cats came away with a 5-2 victory. Kind of a Nate Wanamaker's coming out party, if you will.
Yeah, that was a great game.
4 innings, only base running allowed was on air.
Yeah.
And from there on, he kind of started earning some conference time, and it's a line shot right at Max Holland. And unlike his counterpart, he's able to snag that hot shot for out number 1. That was Barrett Mallet with the line out for Valley View. And that brings up number 33, Levi Martin.
Yeah, he hit that ball hard, but it was right at Max.
Yep. And Martin gets hit by the pitch. So a couple have gotten away from Abel. I'm guessing that's the two-seamer. We'll just say it broke too much. It looks like we're going to have, I believe this is going to be a substitution, Scott, not a courtesy runner.
Obviously re-enter him in the game, but they're going to try and bring in some speed to get a runner here, I'm assuming.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
See Coach Harden do that a lot too. Go ahead and now Coach Harden, I think, is wanting clarification. I didn't catch that number, Scott.
I didn't either, and they don't have him on the front of their jersey, so I can't really. It's 20-something.
First pitch by Abel catches the outside corner. We're a little bit blocked from seeing the batter's number on the Valley View side from our first base perch.
Yeah, I'm trying to wait until they turn around and write them down so I can kind of keep track, but.
That one misses just a bit inside.
That might have broken back over the plate. He may have given up on it.
May have. Looks like he kept his head in there. The batter gave up on it. The umpire stayed on it. At least makes you feel better about the call. Ball and strike. This one does catch the outside corner at the knees. So, yeah, we're seeing it consistently. Wide zone. We can live with that.
Yeah, as long as he's calling it both ways, because Simon can definitely hit.
Yeah, that's right.
All parts of the zone like that.
He establishes his own. It's the player's job to adjust. And that one's way outside. Upton did a good job just to get something on it, an arm or a glove or whatever, but it popped away. So a wild pitch takes the double play off the table. Now we got 2-2 count.
I think he tried his breaking ball there and just hung on to it a little bit too long and spiked it in front of the plate.
High fastball grounded short. Holland, he thought about going to third. Bobbles picks it up and still gets the out. Coach, I think he was going to go to third on that. The runner broke the rule of
when the ball's in
front of you. He ran. We got in trouble for that yesterday with a runner, and he kind of lost the handle there, recovered, and
he has the arm to throw him out at
it's
first,
nice to have that arm. It can cover some of that.
Yeah, he and Sean can both do that from shortstop. They can put a little something on the ball and get it over to first base pretty quick.
All right, 2 outs, runner on third now. Brings up Will Findley, the junior. First pitch fouled, and boy, our catchers
taking a beating. Man, that just went
my goodness,
right into the spot where you do not want to get hit.
A little jealous. Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching.
He didn't
on a
like
plane.
that call, whether did he? Yeah.
I was watching on a plane, and he mentioned that a couple of times how miserable cold it was.
All right. Well, Upton back there behind the plate again. We got 1 strike, a runner on third, 2 outs. And Will Findley, the batter. That ball's ripped to left field. This could be down for a base hit. That scores your pinch runner, Briggs Rasmussen, and This is where that little juggle hurt. You know,
Yeah.
if Holland had filled that cleanly, gotten out at third, that base hit wouldn't have hurt us. But Abel just left that ball up in the zone, and Finley able just to swat it into left field. So.
Yeah.
And so Abel, after not giving up a run last week against Fayetteville and first inning today, first time he's given up something in a while, the chopper is short. Holland to first, and he's getting live action out there.
Yeah, he is.
So Valley View cashes in a hit by pitch. They score a run on a hit. One left. We go to the third. It is 1-0 Valley View. Hey, we're back at Valley View for the top of the third inning. Simon Abel, the pitcher, going to lead off. Abel's had a good week with the bat. Got a single in that two-run rally in the 10th inning against Little Rock Christian on Tuesday. And then last night, JV, the RBI triple over right field in the first inning, and then a bases-clearing walk-off double to dead center field.
Man, he stay hot, Simon.
He does.
There he
that
goes.
ball's lifted hard to right field and deep and off the wall.
Better
Abel around second.
Atta baby
he
Simon
is gonna
Abel,
make
atta
it.
boy.
I kid you not, Scott. As soon as that play ended, the wind started blowing in from left. Feel it? I think that would have been enough of a push. He hit that.
Yep. Yeah, he hit that
halfway up the. It's not a big wall, but a 5-foot wall.
Yeah.
So what a shot there by Simon Abel. First pitch.
Help yourself out.
Yeah.
Got Colson Ashcraft up to bat now.
C.J. Gibson going to courtesy run for Abel as a pitcher today. Let's see.
We've seen Simon hit that ball to the opposite field so many times. It's good to see him get that opportunity here in the varsity game and do something with it. That's awesome.
Absolutely. So leadoff man at second. Nobody out, and Colson Ashcraft. And let's see if they put a play on to move him over or just ask the lefty to pull the ground ball. First pitch is high. Ashcraft is hitting the 9-hole. He's hitting the leadoff spot. A couple places in between.
Yeah, I think this is the classic
second leadoff guy.
Second leadoff, yeah, because he's got wheels. He can put the bat to the ball.
Oh.
He makes a lot of contact.
Oh, speaking of that.
I mean, that was right at us.
Yeah.
That was right at me.
Todd Abel made no effort to save you, Scott.
He did
here
not.
Here you are working hard on a broadcast, taking notes. Todd Abel,
just
no effort.
Just
let it hit you. Yep.
He's gonna let it hit me.
I mean, his kid got a double, so that's beneath him.
That's true.
All right, 1-1 to Ashcraft.
Everybody for themselves, right?
That's up high again. That's where Tatum's been living with his fastball this game. And we haven't seen him pitch, so I don't know if that's usually where he works. It's effective as long as you don't miss your spot.
Yeah, you miss a belt high or belly button high, and it may go a long way, like Simons did.
Well, misses inside, and 3-1 is the count. I can't see the dugouts. Okay, 315 is right field, so pretty good poke there by Abel.
See if Colson can work his way on and get back to the top with Max Holland on deck.
Tatum's pitch is a strike inside corner. I think if you're Colson there, you're almost taken all the way just for the team. You know how important it is just to find a way to get on base for Holland and Cover, but makes it tough on a hitter to have to do that. Three-two.
Oh, my
Gets
goodness.
the call on the inside part of the plate at the knees. So Tatum recovers to get the strikeout, and there's out number one, and back to the top of the order, and Max Holland. First time up, Holland hit a missile that handcuffed the shortstop and reached on the hip.
Yeah, I'm checking his feet, see if he's backing up a little bit at shortstop into the grass. He's looks like he's right on the edge now.
We got turf infield here as well, so the ball's going to travel quickly. And I wonder over time, Scott, how much of an advantage it is for Conway playing at home on natural surface with so many schools going to turf. It's easier to go from grass to turf than the other way around.
Yeah, yeah. Dirt, especially if you're, think about ground balls in the infield.
Yeah. Ball is hit high and foul. Even your timing, I thought about Little Rock Christian yesterday. Typically a good defensive team, and they were kind of all over the place defensively, and you just wonder, coming a little bit slower, timing was off on some double play opportunities. Or it may have just been one of those days.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely easier to go from dirt and grass to turf because, it's going to be a true hop every time on turf.
That ball is hit a mile in the air, right side. And yeah. Holland and the pitcher collided with the first baseman, made the play, battling the wind. That was Will Finley.
Yeah, that was hit.
Yeah, that's
couldn't see it on the camera, but
yeah, that's right.
That was about as high as the lights.
That's
here.
where we talked about living on the edge there. That ball's down just a tad more. That ball, that's going a long way. So now there's 2 outs, and Gibson's still at second base, and brings up Sean Cover. Breaking ball away. Cover had a long at bat first time up, got called out on a pitch around the outside corner.
I would be curious how many pitchers start him off with the curveball. I know that was the pitch he hit, I believe, last night for a home run. Was a first pitch curveball. It just hung in the zone. And that was a first pitch curveball there. It just dove outside.
That ball is hit into left center field. It's going to be down for a base hit. Gibson around third. Coming up to throw to the plate. It is cut off by the first baseman.
Nice job.
And the Cats have tied the game. So Sean Cover gets inside the high fastball, lines it over the shortstop. C.J. Gibson with 2 outs going on contact, and we're tied.
That was a good piece of hitting. I mean, he let that curveball go and got a pitch that he wanted to drive.
Didn't try to do too much.
Yeah, and did not miss. Did not miss at all.
That's right. So now Cover's at first with 2 outs for London Stewart. Tatum's pitch is top of the zone for a strike.
We're going to have to adjust to that, I think. I mean, we're used to taking those pitches, and at least in Conway, those are almost always a ball.
It does seem that a lot of the zones have been higher this year so far. Yesterday was kind of an exception. Runner going, and to throw to second by Mathis is not in time. A close play. Speaking of turf, Mathis used that turf beautifully.
Yeah.
You almost hit the pitcher that was so low to that one long hop to second, a good quick tag, but Cover got in there. However, it was strike 2 to Stewart. So Cover in scoring position, but now there's 2 strikes.
threw 2 fastballs, but he goes back to a breaking ball here. But
he may, although he's been able to get the fastball
top
past.
of the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Past Stewart and a lot of our hitters. 0-2 pitch, high fastball.
That one was a ball.
A little bit off, yeah. A little bit higher. Breaking ball stays away.
Yeah, he tried to get the fastball by him and then came back to the breaking ball. I'm going to guess he's going back fastball here to try and get it by him and see if London can can barrel it up and get it out in the outfield. Score Sean as well.
Be sitting fastball if I were London here. Here's a 2-2 from Tatum. Misses down and in.
I mean, this is a second or third Conway hitter that has started out 0-2 and worked it to a full count. Really good at bats. I mean, making him work for it.
Tatum taking his time, getting the sign with the runner on second. Here's a 3-2. That one is just off the plate inside. It was close. Valley View wanted it. The umpire thought about it, and we're not at a good angle to see, but
yeah, there were some hopping and jumping in the infield and some yas. And
again, I feel like Tatum's really pitching on the edges of the zone, and that does put a lot of pressure on the umpire. So here's Silas Cicero with 2 on and 2 out, a chance to do a little bit of damage. Breaking ball is hit hard in the left field, but playable. Catch is made, and that ends the inning. But the Cats break through with a run on 2 hits. The Simon Abel's leadoff double is cashed in on an RBI single by Sean Cover, and we go to the bottom of the third, tied at 1. And we are back at Valley View for the bottom of the third inning. It'll be the top of the order up for the Blazers. Noah Ragsdale. He grounded his short on the first pitch at the bottom of the first inning. Ragsdale is senior. And that was chopped to third. Fielded by Cicero. Throws across. 1 pitch, 1 out in the third. Brings up Owen Roach. Roach grounded out to Kean Brown last time up. And he grounds this time to Max Holland, who kicks it, picks it up, throws to first, but too late. So that one popped up and caught Max on the chest. And Roach with enough speed to beat it out. So first error of the game for the Cats.
Yeah, he has good speed, obviously, and that little bobble gave him time to beat that out. Let's see if we can get another ground ball, get double play in force here.
Brings up Keaton Mathis.
Got a big lead over there.
Mathis fouls the first pitch back. Mathis, a catcher. He's going to Arkansas State, if I recall correctly. He was hit by a pitch first time up.
I missed that. Where's he going?
I believe Arkansas State.
Okay.
But I need to look that up.
Well, they knocked off Southern Miss last week, didn't they?
Took 2 out of 3.
We were at their bookstore today buying a T-shirt for our future Arkansas State Red Wolf.
Howell, yeah. Breaking ball's fouled.
That was a good pitch.
Back and out. Yeah, kept it on his hands.
That was a good pitch. If he can get that breaking ball working, that will really complement his two-seam and his changeup, which dive into a right-handed hitter. If he can get that slider or that curveball going away from him, that would be, and get that over the plate, he's going to be really effective with getting more ground balls.
Runner going. That ball is hit welded right center field. Stewart on his horse is going to short hop the fence. Roach comes around from first. He was running on the pitch, so scores easily. And Mathis comes through with an RBI double. So right after the Cats tie the game up, Valley View takes the lead right back. He just left that one up, Scott.
Yeah, and he got a good swing on it. I mean, I have a feeling if you leave something in the zone, these guys don't miss very often. So you really got to change speeds and work the edges on them, and just like that. I mean, inside, outside, move their eyes around. Something like this, a two-seam running away from him could maybe get a coax a ground ball to shortstop here, like that.
So one hop. Oh, and okay, Voss unable to come up with the short hop, and it's called foul. Voss is playing behind the bag, playing deep. Umpire had the best view, and all that matters is where that first hop was after it cleared the base in the air. So
he didn't hesitate. I mean, he was certain with it, so appreciate that.
I guess there's always a possibility a left-handed batter might have blocked his view, but like you said, he called it right away. So strike 2. Swing and a miss.
Pitch.
And Abel gets his pitching counterpart, Tatum, to strike out on anything. Change up there, Scott?
Oh, definitely a change up. He was in front of it. His eyes got real big. He took a huge hack at it and whiffed. That's a beautiful pitch. I think he felt like he was on that pitch before, and I think he was looking to park that one in the parking lot, and Simon just took a little bit off of it. It's a perfect pitch.
Brings up Mallet. He hits it high in right center field, but Cover's drifting over. He is under it. Hat is off. Ball is in the glove, and the inning is over. So Valley View retakes the lead, but able to avoid further damage. So we played 3 complete here at Valley View, and the Blazers lead it 2-1. We are back at Valley View for the top of the 4th inning. Blazers lead the Wampus Cats 2-1. It's been a good competitive game so far. Good pitching, good action. Willie Voss going to lead things off.
Yeah, we have a 3-week stretch here where Bryant, Little Rock Christian, Valley View, and then next week we play one of the best teams from Missouri and one of the best teams from Mississippi. So we have a
Well, and keep going after that. We play Cabot, who's given us more trouble than anybody in conference.
Yeah, that's true. It's very
last
true.
5 years or so.
Only conference loss last year on the road at Cabot. Well, only loss period until the semis.
That's right. So Madden Tatum in for his 4th inning. He did not pitch in the West Memphis doubleheader earlier this week. He's at 57 pitches here in the top of the 4th. Breaking ball there gets Willie taking, and it's 1-2.
I'll be curious if he's on any kind of pitch limit or if it's just go until things get.
Well, I'd imagine since he hadn't thrown this week and they don't play again until Thursday, they can let him go.
Yeah.
Unless want to work somebody else in. There's a little bloop in shallow center field, and the catch is made by the Valley View shortstop. Driscoll is out number 1. Cannon Driscoll, another senior on this team. Here's Carter Crow. Crow had an RBI single in last night's win in that big 1st inning. Ball's hit to short on a few hops. Driscoll again makes the play, out number 2.
Coming up to bat here is Kean Brown. Kean playing second base as usual tonight. Struck out his first time up. See if he can get on base and start us off here after these first 2 outs.
Kean Brown takes outside. Talked about pitch count just a second ago, Scott, but this inning, Mathis,
3 pitches.
Matt Tatum's gotten, 2 quick outs. Breaking ball finds the corner. 1-1 on Brown. That ball's hit hard in right field. It's going to be down for a base hit. Brown took a high breaking ball there, kept the hands back, and lined it over second base for a 2-out single.
That was a really good piece of hitting. He threw him that breaking ball. He laid off it, called it a strike.
Yeah, the one before that was nice and crisp on the corner. That one hung a little bit.
Yeah.
He'd already seen it once.
Yeah, didn't try and do anything other than hit it where it needed to go, which was right field. That was a good piece of hitting.
So 2 outs. And here's Simon Abel, who
Right
almost
fielder
left the yard last time.
Yeah, right fielder's backing
This
up.
time he gets respect. First pitch breaking ball.
Did you see the right fielder?
In the turf.
Right fielder took 4 or 5 steps back. That's pretty awesome.
And now the wind is blowing out pretty steady right field. I'm telling you, if he had any help,
Yeah, that ball
last one would have been gone. It was just bad timing. You guys can probably hear the wind on the broadcast. 1 ball, no strike to Abel.
Well, where we are, there's nothing to break the wind
Well,
either.
that's
It's as flat as could be with really nothing around.
Pitch is low, 2-0. Ashcraft on deck, and then we'll be back at the top of the order for the Wampus Cats. Valley View has won, Scott, I believe, 59 straight conference games.
I saw that. I saw that on
5A East.
their Twitter account, their X account.
What's interesting is one of their conference mates has won state tournament since then, but not regular season.
Is that
Marion
Marion?
won state,
Yeah.
I believe 3 seasons ago. in between the Valley View run. So 2-1 to Abel. Again, respect there. Got a 2-0 breaking ball. That time Abel fouls back. That might have been a change up, Scott. He seemed out in front.
Yeah, you're leaning just a little bit out front. See if he gives him a fastball here. He can drive. I don't know. He hit his fastball last time almost out to right field. So
I don't think he's gonna get a fastball. Especially not 2-2. We don't want to fall behind 3-2, but we'll see. Maybe he's feeling it. Maybe he feels like he's got another gear.
Just licked his fingers and rubbed it on the baseball. Is that not? Don't you have to wipe that off before you grab the baseball after it?
I wouldn't want to touch it. He does get a breaking ball. It's chopped slowly to third base side. Fielded, and Abel is retired. So the Cats cannot take advantage of a 2-out single. And we are halfway home, Scott. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-1 Valley View. We're back at Valley View for the bottom of the fourth inning, and Scott got a new pitcher for the Wampus Cats. Max Holland has moved in from shortstop where he started this game, and Simon Abel has taken his spot. So they flipped.
Yeah, that may have been the other reason why Max started out at shortstop, is so he could just swap with Simon.
Yep.
Simon loses his hat there.
So far, Holland has pretty much just worked in a short relief role, so maybe an opportunity for him to stretch out a little bit before spring break.
Yeah, I think you still have Willie Voss you can bring in.
Mm-hmm.
Carter Crow can throw a couple innings. Colson potentially.
I think too, when Holland's been catching, can't expect a whole lot out of him in terms of length of innings on the mound.
Yeah.
So good opportunity to stretch him out because you never know. First pitch breaking ball. We saw this week, a 10-inning game in the first game of a conference series. All of a sudden, your pitching plans are changed out. Now, we were fortunate to get a big lead yesterday and only had to cover 5 innings. But if that had been a tight, low-scoring game,
yeah,
you would have probably seen Max.
Yeah, but you have to finish. You have to win those conference games, and so that Tuesday night you had Nate Wanamaker go 4 innings, and then Owen Davenport came in. I can't remember how many innings he threw, but I know
he went an inning and 2/3.
Okay, and then we brought
the first 2 outs in the 6th, and then the next 4 guys reached, but then Silas came in and took over. But it also meant because of the shorter outing for Davenport, he was able to come in, finish things off yesterday.
Yeah.
Fastball hit hard on the right field line. That is a foul ball.
It's a good piece of hitting, boy. That's
Yep.
he just was late on the fastball and drove it out to the right field there. I think I'd either come inside with the fastball or try off speed here. I may try and jam him now that he's poked one that way. I may try and come in on him a little bit here.
So Abel goes 3 innings, allows only 2 hits. That one is nowhere near. He seems to be hanging on that curveball.
Yeah, he had 7 ground balls, 7 ground ball outs, a couple fly balls, and 1 strikeout.
Just 1 earned run.
Yep.
Fastball misses everything, including Upton's mitt. And the count is now full.
Let's see what he goes with here, if he tries breaking stuff or if he just tries a blow. Nope.
Buries a fastball low, so a leadoff walk to Levi Martin. Valley View ran for him last time. It looks like they're going to run for him again.
That means
Which
he's out of the game, correct?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That's a little puzzling to me. Like he looks like a big bat, big hitter. I don't.
Yeah. Well, Coach playing the percentages here. He'll probably get 1 more at bat this game. If he doesn't reach, then especially nobody out, I think he'd rather try to take advantage
Get
of
the run. Yeah.
Yep. Martin also DHing, so it doesn't affect your defense at all. First pitch is strike. Nice pitch. Nice job of receiving there by Upton. Scott, did you guys use armbands when you played?
Did we? No. I mean, when I was in high school at Conway?
Well, when you played anywhere.
Oh, no. No, there were no armbands. I don't know that existed. It was all hand signals. What I do remember is if Coach Luters
are going, pitches a strike to throw is not in time.
If Coach Luters thought that someone was picking up on his hand signals, he would actually switch to his feet. He would still do the hand signals, but the catcher would watch his feet. And if he crossed his feet, it was a pitch. If he put 1 foot out, like he would do different things with his feet, but still give the hand signals if he thought about it. I remember one game specific, the batter would watch him until he got in the box. And Coach Luters just kept on talking, so he would change it up.
Another breaking ball misses.
The other thing I remember is my first practice back. Yeah, my first practice, 9th grade, after I came from basketball to baseball, and it was the first practice that I attended was the practice where they had to run for all the signs they missed.
Uh-oh.
And I thought I was in good shape because I'd been playing basketball, and I was not in good shape. They ran a lot.
Well, Byron Rogers not in good shape either as he swings through a fastball from Max Holland for strike 3. And out number 1. So Rogers unable to advance the runner to third, which is key there. And brings up Will Finley.
Yeah.
Finley doubled his last time up.
Yeah, to left field.
Or actually, was that the RBI single? Sorry,
Yeah, it was a
RBI
single.
Yep.
Single to left field, yeah.
Brought in Rasmussen, who ran the first time for Martin. Fastball at the knees, well placed, 1-1.
It's a really good location. That's outside and low on the knees. It's hard to hit that ball.
Yeah, you're most likely going to get a ground ball if that gets put in play. Breaking ball chopped to the left side. Abel coming in. He's not going to play. The only shot at a play would have been if Cicero could have gotten there, but I was blocked. Scott, if he was just so far off the playing the no doubles defense that he didn't even give an effort, or
Who, Silas?
yeah, or maybe he just figured.
I think he was covering
he'll
third.
just cover third.
Yeah, I don't think that was within his range. I think as close as we played to the line at third base, I don't think he was going to get that one.
Hit no man's land, so tough break there for Holland. Of course, what hurts most is the walk. Now runners in the corners with one out, and Driscoll squares to bunt, fouls it back. The runner was not crashing from third. That might have been a safety squeeze.
Didn't look like he was stealing second either. So
no, Finley did not break on the pitch either. So,
and this is the 9-hole hitter. So that, I mean,
fake to third, throw to first, and then Finley is back.
He squared to bunt again, though, I believe.
Okay, I didn't catch that. So let's see what happens here. Again, a fake to third, and it was like the same play.
Yeah.
Willie took a step towards the mound, caught it, went back. Finley dove back in. I think Coach Harden as much wanted to see if a play was on as he was trying to trick anybody. Pitch again, squares to bunt, up and in. Nice play by Upton to snag that.
That's another thing Coach Luter's taught us is if they squared a bunt with the runner on third, you throw it at their face.
Well, what makes that difficult for the catcher is that bat is in your line of sight.
Yeah.
So that's a really tough play by Upton.
Coming from the catcher, yeah.
It's tougher than it looked.
Yeah.
1-1 the count. Finley not going.
That's a strike.
Ooh,
where was that
called
pitch?
A ball.
Where was that pitch?
I think that's a case where the batter squared and took the strike zone away. It dropped in, but since the batter gave himself up, the umpire had no frame of reference. It's a big swing pitch there.
Boy, that looked down the middle.
Yeah. 2-1. You hate to penalize the defense for the offense squaring the bunt. Again, he squares. Again, a fastball. This time he gets it down first base side. Voss lets it roll, but it does not go foul. Throw to second, the runner's back. Coach not happy with Voss. I mean, I kind of thought it'd go foul. He was hugging that line, but
I couldn't tell. I guess you got to make that decision of how close is the runner to you, because you can't let it stay fair and the runner get past you. So you got to make that decision as he's coming down.
I think what's going on there, I think he wanted maybe Willie to charge more. Like he saying, look, the guy scored 4 times in a row. He should have been closer.
Oh, okay. Coming in on the bunt.
That's my guess, yeah, because he was pretty far back. Bunt was laid down. 3-1, that breaking ball is right between the numbers of Owen Roach. So we've had a walk, a soft chopper for an infield hit.
Sack bunt.
And after a sack bunt, a hit by pitch. So the ball has not left the infield, hasn't even gotten off the green part of the turf, but
yeah,
the Blazers have scored a run and they've got more guys on base, and now it's Mathis up again.
We do have 2 outs with force at any base too, so if we could.
Ooh, a high fastball there, just challenged Mathis, and
this is Roach.
Swung through it.
I think we're at Roach.
Oh,
right
I'm off
here.
one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
good.
Yep, we got. That was Ragsdale on that. Hit by pitch, so Roach is the batter. Fouled straight back.
I think you climb the ladder here with the fastball and see if you can get him.
See how far he'll go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'd go eyeballs here with a fastball. See if I can't get him to swing through it. He's in the box ready with no umpire yet. Coach had him step off to think about a pitch. Yeah, he's gonna elevate
give
here,
him
I
a
believe.
high
Yeah.
target. And it's
Oh
right down the
my
middle
goodness,
at the knees.
Wow.
For strike 3. So Roach may be looking for something else there. And the
I
inning
think
is
he was
over.
fooled. Yep.
So once again, Valley View gets on the board. Once again, the Cats at least avoid a big inning. But now they find themselves trailing 3-1. We'll take a break and come back for the 5th inning. Back at Valley View for the top of the 5th inning. We got 3 innings to go. Cats, a little catch-up work to do, trailing 3-1. It'll be Colson Ashcraft leading off, and then the top of the order, Max Holland, followed by Sean Cover.
Yeah, David, you didn't see that, but during the warm-up tosses, the pitcher, I don't know if he crossed him up or what, but the catcher just nicked the end of his glove and hit him right in the thigh.
I'm sure it's the pitcher's fault.
Definitely.
No doubt in my mind.
He got up and threw it back twice as hard as he threw it in. So
come on, man.
I don't think he liked that one bit.
Tatum, this is pitch number 70. And it's high for ball 2. Leadoff base runner is exactly what the Cats want here. Set up the top of the order. Now, Valley View coach to have a word with Mr. Tatum. He's probably going to say, you see those guys on deck?
This is it.
Let's see what Colson can do.
Yeah.
You got 2-run lead. If he hits it a mile, we're still ahead.
Yeah, I think you ask him how he's doing and essentially let him know you're almost at your limit. Get this out, and we can bring someone in to try and get the top of the order out. But I believe he's probably also one of their aces, so you give him a little bit of leeway, see if he can work out of it. And you got, like you said, a 2-run lead, so you let him. It's a good non-conference game to try and let him go some.
Well, Valley View, they do play double headers, so they need their guys to go. Their starters.
Yeah.
That pitch is down and away, 3-0 the count.
This is not the pitch you want from a coach after you meet with him.
No, Colby would be telling us the percentages of that. That one catches the inside corner at the letters, 3-1.
Yeah, it's about the same spot he had a called strikeout on in the first at bat after working I think he was one of the full counts too.
He was. That was the pitch he got rung up on last time.
Yep.
So he's hitting the inside corner on Colson, and Colson is kind of on that plate, so you could see why a pitcher would aim for that spot. Here's a 3-2 pitch. And he gets him another inside fastball. It's clearly where they seem to be working Ashcraft today. So good rebound there by Tatum. And Coach, you're exactly right. He told Tatum, get this guy, and we're going to have someone else pitch to the order the third time through.
I mean, he has to make the switch. It's just a matter of how long does he take to talk to him and make it.
Let's see, you got number 9 in the bullpen, looks like, Coach. That's Parker King. Let's see if that's who he goes to.
That is not a name I recognize. I mean, you have Valley View players all over the PBR and Perfect Game, but I don't recognize that name.
Well, Coach is making sure he gets some more pitches in before he makes a change. A lot of talk about a move you've got to make anyway.
Yeah.
So nice start by Tatum. He goes 4 1/3 for the Blazers, leaves with the lead. No one on base, so we can close the book on him. He's 4 1/3, 3 hits. Depends on whether you look at the scoreboard or the scorebook here in front of us, but give up a run, walked 1 and struck out 6.
Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have 3 hits off of him. Well, is it 4?
I'm going to
Count
guess
the one that Max.
I'm guessing that scoreboard kind of maxes it as a hit.
Yeah, so 4 hits, 5 strikeouts.
Well, this has 6. Did you count this innings?
Yes,
Not that I would question you, Scott. Sorry.
I did. I just counted Colson's. Yes. You know, you said they were not hitting a DH, so Madam Tatum is their cleanup hitter, but they can bring him back to hit, right? And then they'd have to swap out the pitcher. Or?
Yeah, I didn't watch closely. Did Tatum? No, he's come back on the
he's
field.
Back out to the field. Okay.
So again, you're going to have the pitcher coming in for of course the coming in for the DH fielding spot. And I wasn't paying attention to who was. Looks like I don't see a center fielder in their lineup here, so I think Tatum's going to the outfield. The DH defensive player will go to the pitcher here.
Throwing a lot of breaking balls here for his warm-up tosses. A little bit different flavor where Tatum was coming pretty heavy fastball, with the occasional breaking ball to try and get you off guard. He seems to be quite the opposite.
Yep, lower release point from King and a little different style pitcher. All right, so 1 out, nobody on. New pitcher and top of the order, Max Holland up for the Cats. First one up by his head. All 1. Well,
welcome to the game.
That was not a breaking ball, Coach Scott Wanamaker.
It was not. It was not. I think he wanted to let Max know that he's on the mound now.
It seems like every time I try to judge based on guys' warm-ups, I get burned. There's your bender. Ooh, I guess missed inside. 2-0 to Holland. Another breaking ball. This one misses low. I think you're right, Coach. I think he's seems to be favoring that breaking ball, but
yeah, I think if you
I
can
buy some juice on it.
Yeah, I think if you can pick up the spin, then you can lay off it in favorable counts.
It's got a big downward break. 3-0. Right through there.
Looks like he took a little bit off of that fastball just to get it over. I'll see if he comes back with another breaking ball.
Chop to second. Fielded easy. Flip to first. Out number 2. Well, up the road, Scott, PA is in town, taking on Jonesboro in a non-conference game.
Nice.
Jonesboro up 4-1. PA's got a nice squad. We saw them in the benefit game. Got off to a good start, but Jonesboro, and they're throwing Weatherly today. They had the Southwest week this week, so.
Gotcha.
That. Cover started his swing. He went ahead and got rung up for it. Did not ask for help on that one.
No, he feels like he saw it, but.
Here's a ground ball. Past the third baseman, hit hard on a breaking ball. Another one of those that could have, should have been fielded, but also hit really hard and tailed away from the third baseman.
I'm going hit. I want to give him a hit on that one.
Yeah, I think you check scorebooks, you'll see Conway have a hit. Jonesboro have an error.
Well, they have 0 errors up on their side of the board over there.
They haven't given a score on this one, on that one yet.
They're talking about it just like we are up there. They're just going to leave it be.
That ball is hit to first base. Nice pickup by the first baseman, Finley. Steps in the bag, and the inning is over. So Cats unable to take advantage of a 2-out base hit. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-1 Valley View. Back at Valley View. 3-1 Blazers, bottom of the 5th inning. Max Holland back for his 2nd inning of work. I believe Keaton Mathis is leading off for Valley View.
He had an RBI double in the 3rd and was hit by pitch his first at bat.
It's a high breaking ball fouled away.
Never did. David, they still haven't made a decision on Sean's hit.
Well, you know, you get agents get involved and replay. It's a high fastball fouled up and towards the Cats dugout and behind the Cats dugout.
I was going to try and make that catch, but it's a little out of my range.
Well, So fun to be at Valley View and see this place, one of the top programs in the state in the past decade plus. Pitch is way high, 1-2.
Yeah, that one elevated a little bit too much. I think if he gets that down around shoulder height, neck height, that might be a swing and a miss.
1-2 to Mathis. Pop foul and out of play. The Conway coaching staff reminding Will, the ball's coming back that direction.
Yeah.
That one, say, pretty far away. So
to be fair, though, this sun, I mean, as soon as Will turns his head, that sun is right there.
Yeah,
I lost it the second it
yeah.
left his bat.
I don't think that's a concern for coaching staff.
Yes, he did.
In
Check
the
him.
dirt.
Check him.
Does not go. Good stop by Upton. So Mathis and Holland coach seen as probably the top 2 senior catchers in the state. Mathis hits a foul.
And you said he was going.
He's Arkansas State.
Arkansas State, okay.
Yep. Staying local. One by Holland, another 2-2 pitch. That breaking ball is ripped down the left field line, but it is hooking, and it is going to be foul. Hits the left field fence on a hop. Count stays 2-2.
I think he was expecting that breaking ball and just a little bit out in front, obviously. But he hit that square on the barrel.
Yep, he's gotten his fair share of looks at Holland in this at bat. That's the 8th pitch of the at bat, taken down low. He almost got an offer at the breaking ball. 1-2. Now we got a full count.
Yes, it's a good at bat here. Good battle between these two.
Yep. That ball's hit high to center field, fairly deep. Stewart's going to have room. He reaches back just in case, but not quite at the wall. And makes the catch. Yeah, good battle there by those two. Holland just does keep him in the park.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't, I mean, he was just under that pitch. Yep. And you could see London reaching for the fence there. So he's approaching it, but just shy.
It's a similar size field to Conway, 360 to center like Conway. The fence is shorter. First pitch, fastball, throws it by Madden Tatum. Tatum hit 2 home runs in their first game against West Memphis on Tuesday. Bats from the left side, pitches from the right side.
Yeah, he grounded out to second base his first time up, and struck out in the 3rd inning. But again, he's their cleanup hitter, so
it's there for a reason.
Still wouldn't try and give him something too fat here.
Fastball fouled away.
Yeah, in on the hands. I like that pitch. That's a good, got in on him. Couldn't do much with it, but foul it back.
Yeah, Holland does seem to be locating his fastball well today. You know, he just couldn't get to a groove last year, pitching and missed the first part of the season with injury, and then it's hard to work a guy in when he's not 100%, then he's behind the plate and all that. So
yeah,
I think we're going to see him kind of grow as a pitcher here a little bit. Got a really good arm. Coach trying to take advantage of that. 2-2 as that breaking ball got away from Max.
Yeah, I think if he could develop a changeup or that breaking ball, I think he would be really effective.
High fastball,
Nice
swings
pitch.
and miss.
Great pitch.
Out number 2, I think too, you know, when he's more in that closer role, you don't need as much of the secondary
That's
stuff.
true. Yeah, you just try and blow it by him.
Yep.
And his his style and his pitches are very different than our other pitching staff. You think of the way London Stewart and Owen Davenport and Nate Wanamaker pitch, and Silas, like their ball moves.
Yeah, he's a big guy, over the top fastball. Fly ball, shallow right field. Willie Voss drifts back right on the foul line. I didn't see if it was fair or foul, but it doesn't matter because it was caught.
Yep.
So nice 1-2-3 inning there for Holland as he works through the middle of the Blazer order and holds them at 3 runs for the game. So we have played 5 complete. Your score remains Valley View 3, Conway 1. All right, Scott, we're back at Valley View, top of the 6th inning. Silas Cicero going to lead things off for the Cats.
Yeah, we're in the 4, 5, 6 part of our order. So Silas Cicero, Willie Voss, Carter Crow, DH will be up 3rd, and then if anyone gets on, Keem Brown.
These are some, low strike there. These are some of the guys that we need to get hot. Cats having trouble getting the length in their lineup right now.
Yeah, I feel like Silas has been hot, and that's how he's moved up to 4th. But, yeah, kind of everyone else.
Cicero 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out and struck out. Another breaking ball. This one a little bit higher in the zone. Strike 2.
So the question is, do you throw 3 in a row, or do you try and get a fastball by him?
Good question. 3 in a row, and that one's called a strike, and Cicero can't believe it. Can't see the corners from where we are. Cicero thought that was outside.
And from our vantage, I mean, height-wise, it looked like it was down the middle.
Yeah, he definitely was.
But yeah,
height. It's about as upset I've ever seen Silas get baseball game.
Yeah, he usually doesn't have any reaction.
Here's Willie Voss. He gets a high fastball called a ball. Only pretty good. But, you know, hey, umpires are human. He just saw 3 straight breaking balls. He probably was waiting for that to come down and didn't.
Yeah.
They get conditioned just like hitters do. Another fastball outside corner, so pitching, kind of pitching backwards. Well, pitching differently to Willie.
Yeah. I think you just got to keep them guessing. If you're a pitcher, you're trying to make sure they don't know what's coming.
Well, pitching off that breaking ball keeps the hitter off balance. Here's a breaking ball, but Voss golfs it to left, and it is
down.
Off the glove of left fielder. Voss thinks about 2 and holds. Willie smoked that ball.
Yes,
we had a perfect angle at it. He took it off his shoe tops, and he hit it so hard, and it was tailing away from the left fielder. Ended up kind of overrunning it.
Overrunning it, yeah.
He stung it so well.
Yeah,
so.
We do have a good vantage point for that, where you could just see it. He was running from his right to left, and that ball just went the opposite
that was not
direction.
as easy a play as it might have looked from a different vantage point. So here's Carter Crow, and he gets it First pitch fastball and pops it up on the infield. Shortstop Driscoll takes it 2 away. I feel like Carter's just missing his pitch. He's hitting a lot of those high pop-ups where getting a lot of barrel, getting a lot of backspin, just not quite squaring it up.
When he does, though, it's going to go a long way. He's got a lot of power.
Does have a lot of pop. So 2 outs now. Voss still at first base for Kean Brown. Pitch is in the dirt. Snagged by Mathis. So they either called that hit by Voss an error, or they went back and did the one from last inning as an error. That ball's hit to the second base, a nice diving stop. And the inning is over. A couple hard hit balls by the Cats, but nothing to show for it. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Score remains Valley View 3, Conway 1. Back at Jonesboro for the bottom of the 6th inning. Valley View leading 3-1. And Scott, we got a streak on the line here. The Cats have not lost a non-conference regular season game since 2024 spring break. That was a game they lost to Dyer County at Millington USA Baseball.
I was not there.
4-1. Yeah.
Huh.
So they have. Last year, of course, they were undefeated during the regular season, except for that loss to Cabot. And so far this year, 4-0 out of conference. The 15-game streak includes a win over Valley View, but this time they're on the other end. But the game's still very much in reach.
Yeah.
Cats have 8-9-1 coming up in the 7th, so a chance to get a rally going. But first, we need Holland to keep them where they are. First pitch right at the knees for strike 1. Looks like a Leighton Holt. Is this the DH spot that we've seen flipped a couple times?
This is, yes, Levi Martin was when they pinch ran. They had a pinch runner
twice.
Yep.
So Holt the batter, and he takes a fastball and fouls it back. Valley View just 3 hits in the game. They've made the most of them. Laid down a sacrifice bunt. Hit by pitch scored. A leadoff walk scored.
Yeah, I think the one error in the game that we have cost us a little bit. And then was it the walk that scored the
hit by pitch scored for the walk scored in the 4th? Yeah, then a little bobble at shortstop. Maybe help Valley View avoid a base running error. So some little things. This is a high fastball chopped to short. Abel has to wait, charge. He's got no chance. Throw gets past Voss. So another, well, and of their 4 hits, 2 of them have been like that.
Not really sure what you do with that. That ball was hit so high. I guess you could try and catch it on a short hop.
I think you just have to Yeah, make it all or nothing. Well, maybe that was the case where the turf, not having turf, was a disadvantage. We don't play those in practice every day. Of course, Abel a sophomore, so he can file that in his memory. So Rogers up, he squared the bunt and then pullback took a strike.
Right down the middle too, so I wonder if that was a fake bunt the entire way.
Yeah, maybe
Just to
setting
see
something up.
how we would play it with our defense.
Holland throws to first and the runner's back.
He struck out his last at bat and grounded out to shortstop his first at bat in the second inning.
Again, Holland goes to first. Holt makes it back. So yeah, the 6-hole DH has gotten on base all 3 times for Valley View. Holt not going, that ball is laced in right field. Cover playing very deep. It's going to land for a base hit. Not fielded cleanly by Cover, and allows Holt to go to third base. Cover was playing pretty near the warning track. It hung up longer than I thought it would. I think longer than Sean thought it would. Didn't really have a play, but got caught in between.
It almost looked like, I mean, the runner took off and really didn't stop. So the runner going from first to second read that it was going to drop, but I couldn't tell. I almost thought Sean was going to come in and catch that and try and double him off at first, and then kind of hesitated. And
I mean, look, he's back to playing deep. Base of the wall.
Yeah, he's real deep
for the bottom of the order. When it is blown out that way. Breaking ball. Fouled off by Will Finley.
I'm going to guess a fake to third, throw to first. That's my guess.
Yeah, haven't seen that one yet, have we? Sorry, already been one pitch.
Not
this situation.
Inning.
Yeah,
we haven't seen it this inning.
We see it a lot. Keep him guessing. Another breaking ball, some misses. So
yeah, he had him out front of that breaking ball in the first pitch. Think that's not a bad idea to go back to it and see if you can get him to roll it over or get a ground ball. Bless you.
Finley 2 for 2. He lined a RBI single first time, then hit a little chopper for an infield. Hit his second time up. Ooh, big time fastball there by Holland.
Yeah, he put a little something extra on that one.
That followed up 2 breaking balls. So Holland up in the count 1-2. Definitely a strikeout situation for the Cats. They don't want to fall farther behind.
Yeah.
Runner fakes, pitches fastball a little bit off the plate.
Just a little bit. That's not a bad spot, though.
I kind of wonder if he was set up out there, if they would have gotten the call. All right, so 2 breaking balls followed by 2 fastballs.
I'm a little surprised they haven't stolen second or tried to steal second or run some type of play here to get a run across with no outs.
We're not going in the dirt. Stop by Upton. The runner takes off knowing that Cats really can't risk a throw there. So the count is now full. First base is open.
You got the 9-hole on deck, so you really want to get this out.
Big spot in the game here. A base hit you feel like would really break things open. If the Cats can escape, you're going to have some momentum going into the 7th.
Strike 3, good pitch.
Gets him at the knees.
Great pitch, great location. That is a big, big out.
This is definitely the best we have seen Max Holland locate his fastball. And, you know, it's a good enough fastball. He can live off of that if he hits the spots, I think.
Yeah.
Coach Harden out to visit. And
giving him high fives.
Are we going to go with the the specialist. Got the tomahawk chop music going because I don't know why.
I was gonna say Blazers.
It's Blazers.
I'm not sure what this is.
Is this a Braves chop, a Chiefs chop, or a Seminole chop? Can we tell?
Maybe they know the Brave Scout is in the stands and
The Brave Scout or the guy in the Braves
shirt
carrying a clipboard. And
stopwatch.
yeah.
I feel like the stopwatch and the little notebook are a giveaway, but
And we are going to stick with Max Holland here.
I can't see our bullpen to see if anyone's up and throwing.
I'm expecting Voss to be the next guy in. He's at first base.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. And then Max may roll the catcher.
Yeah, we haven't used them outs on the mound this year. In a varsity game, I don't think. Crow and Cobra have not thrown varsity yet. Well, they're certainly capable.
Yeah, I feel like Nate may have thrown his allotment of pitches for the week on Tuesday. Same with Owen, same with London, same with Silas. So
yeah,
I think you're down to Voss and maybe Carter Crow.
That ball is ripped. Deep left field. Back goes Ashcraft, and it is up against the wall. 2 runs will score. And Valley View is taking a 5-1 lead.
He was sitting on that pitch, and he did not miss it. He did not miss it.
He had a long mound visit to get ready for that at bat, and he was ready to ambush that fastball.
Actually, I thought that was gone off the bat, to be honest with you. I'm surprised it stayed in the yard. It's
Yeah.
350 out to left center, but he hit that one every bit of 345.
Kind of hit it on the line. He's feeling it at second.
It's the second hit by pitch in a row. Leadoff hitter gets on base. That's what their job is. Owen Roach. Is that who I have up here?
Yep, Owen Roach.
Believe-
for 3, we scored a run.
I believe he's one of their aces too, correct? Is he one of their good pitchers?
Got jammed there, but it's going to drop into left field in front of Ashcraft. Runner coming home to throw is cut off by Cicero. They got the runner. They got both runners hung up. Oh, the throw hits the runner at first base. Another run's going to score, and Roach will slide into second base. So Kean Brown took the throw. Both runners at first and stuck between first, second, and third. He checked the runner at second, decided he was going to make it, but then saw the runner at first, and the throw unfortunately hit the runner. He would have been a dead duck at first base.
Yeah, the bad part, I mean, he did not hit that ball hard. It would just, I mean, it was it was on the hands, jammed him, which is what you want as a pitcher. Weak contact, it just dropped, and then kind of a comedy of errors from there. And now you got third place hitter up, hit a ball pretty hard. His second time up. I think I see Wesley Tapp down there in the bullpen. David warming up.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Now that he's back, I have to look twice. Is it 12 or is it 13? Because both of them are 6'5".
Similar size and similar numbers.
Build. Yeah, so I got to look twice and make sure I'm not getting that mixed up.
All right, so Holland remains in the game. Got one away still. 4 runs in for the Blazers. They've broken things wide open here in the bottom of the 6th.
Step off.
Well, no, The runner took a big jump. Once he's heading back to the base, he can't steal.
Then pitch. Yeah, then pitch. Because then if he hits the ball,
you see a lot of pitchers
back.
wait for him to go back and take his lead again. It's like, no, just pitch it when he's taking a step back to second base. But the pitch was high, 1-0. Fastball pop, foul, and out of play.
On the concession stand.
Breaking ball up in the zone is popped up into shallow center field. Abel behind second base makes the catch. Runner has to hold at second. Nice play by Abel there. Drifting out, playing the wind, and making the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, it's. I feel like every fly ball is a little bit of an adventure, and you and I know how sure of a glove Simon has. But that, even that looked like it was moving on him, and you could see him adjusting to that ball in the air. And several of them have done that today with the wind blowing a little bit.
Yeah, breeze. You got some really good hitters hitting some high pop-ups. Harder to corral. Fastball swung on a miss by Tatum. Holland at 52 pitches. By the way, Abel only needed 28 to get through his 3 innings.
Really? Simon is efficient on the mound.
Yeah,
that is
28
for
pitches,
sure.
21 strikes.
Oh, my goodness.
Runner fakes to third. Max goes to second, and they throw to third, and he's out. The old inside move for Max Holland catches the runner cheating off second. But unfortunately, the Blazers score 4 times in the bottom of the 6th. They lead now 7-1. We'll be back for the 7th inning here in just a minute. All right, to the top of the 7th, new pitcher for Valley View. Trying to get an announcement or get his number if he turns his back. Simon Abel leading off. Takes the first pitch,
16.
fastball low.
Number 16.
16, that's Keaton Mathis. Yeah, come from behind the plate. So
same thing.
well, I guess Max didn't start behind the plate today, but position-wise, that's
he's done it before,
spot.
though. Yeah, we've seen him do it before.
That's right. Nice pitch at the knees. Definitely cannot see who the catcher is. That catcher's strap covers his entire number. Breaking ball stays away. 2-1. Hey, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Simon can work
Get
it.
a couple guys on base, and
Yeah.
sometimes teams get a big lead and let let up a little bit. That ball's hit to short.
We have a pinch hitter on deck,
nice
too.
Nice fielding by the shortstop. Uses the turf. Gets able by a half step. And, yeah, Owen Davenport going to pinch hit for Colson Ashcraft here. Owen helped himself this year. Got a big hit in the Little Rock Christian game. Give Cats a brief lead. Kept them in it for extra innings.
Did he hit a double last night?
Yeah, that's right. He hit a double. That's right. Left center field.
Yeah.
Opposite field double. He had a hit in the Bryant series, if I recall. So
I remember last year in the Cabot game, he hit one that was robbed at the fence. He almost hit a bomb.
I missed that game, but I heard about that. Yeah,
I was watching that one on YouTube on the Wampus Cat Baseball YouTube channel, and
that's kind of when we knew it wasn't going to be our day.
Yes, yes.
First pitch is down and away from Mathis. The sun is slowly going down, and it's getting a little more in our eyes, Scott.
Yeah.
That ball's hit to third. So first is in time. So 2 quick outs for the Cats here in the 7th, and it's up to Max Holland if Conway's going to extend this. You know, Cats actually were out hitting Valley View going into the bottom of the 6th. Valley View scored 4 runs on 4 hits that inning.
Some of them were good hits, and some of them were weak pop-ups that found a hole, and
right at our feet. They hung up a little bit longer, would have been outs, but that's baseball, and give them credit for putting the ball in play and forcing the Cats to make plays. And
yeah,
you can't get a bloop hit or find a hole if you don't hit it. One-0 breaking ball, swung on, missed. 1-1. Good live fastball there, following the breaking ball, and
yeah, 2 breaking balls in a
hole,
row.
1 and 2.
Yeah, that. It's not a pitch he takes very often. Oh, starting their clap over there.
And this is low. It was close.
I think we went to the softball game. All of a sudden, it's clapping.
Well, they're trying to get that last strike.
Yeah, yeah.
Be a big win for them. That was in the dirt.
Yeah, he pulled that one too much and spiked it a foot in front of the plate. Got full count, 3-2, 2 outs.
That's in the dirt for ball 4. So
he was not going to give him a fastball. He snuck the one by him, and he was not going to do that again.
I think once Max chased it one, he tried to get him to chase another one.
Yeah.
Really didn't come close. So have a courtesy runner for Holland, who's right now in the game as a pitcher. It's going to be C.J. Gibson. And that'll bring up Sean Cover.
Got the first baseman not holding him on. So does that give CJ the opportunity to just
oh, the ball's ripped to left field, and it's going to be a diving attempt. He caught it. A great diving catch by the left fielder. And Valley View picks up the 7-1 non-conference win.
That was a great diving catch. That's pretty fitting way to end the game. They played solid defense.
Sinking line drive. It's not an easy play to make.
Yeah.
Good to see Cover continuing to
hit the ball
hard. The ball hard.
Yeah.
That's right. And credit to Valley View for picking up the win. They defend their home field like the Cats did last year, and so good to play some competition from another classification too.
Looks like some hugs and stuff going on. I think some of these guys play a lot of summer ball together.
Oh, yeah.
Some prospects and sticks and things. So I think a lot of them know each other real well and play some ball together. I know Nate's played with a few of them, and looks like Max and Sean. Yep, hugs all around.
Oh, yeah.
So these guys know each other well.
Wow, it's so beautiful, Scott. Brings a tear to my eye.
I'm sure.
I don't think Coach is going to be excited about
say,
that.
I don't think Coach will care about the hugs, but
yeah. Well, we'll put things in perspective. A really good week for the Wampus Cats as they win their 2 conference games against a team that might be their biggest competition this year, or certainly one of the top teams in Little Rock Christian. Would have liked to have followed that up with a little better showing here today, but it's good for the Cats to play good competition. That's certainly what we're going to see when everything's on the line in the state tournament, and you never want to lose, but at least we're not going to carry that 0 around for 2 months like we did last year.
Yeah, I think last year it was one of those things that it seemed like it got more stressful as the season went on for whatever reason, that the pressure kind of built, would built, and then the Cabot game kind of popped the bubble a little bit. But, we got a little bit of time to rest over spring break before coming back next Thursday and Friday at Robinson against 2 really, really good teams. I know that Magnolia Heights team is the one I'm looking forward to seeing with some of their players going to Ole Miss. And
some sweet uniforms, too.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Well, and, this schedule is built for Conway to lose, and that's not an excuse. That's just,
Well, we're going to face teams like this in the playoffs. If we're going to go up against Rogers and Fayetteville, and if we get those guys in the playoffs, we need to see this.
Yeah.
So it's
and more times than not, we've come out on top this year. And didn't happen today. I would love to see these guys play a series.
Yes.
We talked about that before. Like, man, a home and home or a series around spring break would be
with
a lot of
all
fun
fresh arms. With all fresh arms.
And you kind of got nothing to lose since you're not going to see them in the play. You don't worry about showing anything in the playoffs. You worry about, well, if you play a team from out west, do we want to show them this or that? Because what they play, we're not going to see these guys in the playoffs. They're not going to see us. So, but it's just good baseball. So it was good baseball today. It was a tight game till late, till it got away from the Cats. But that's the nature of the game. So final score from Valley View: the Blazers beat the Cats 7-1. It is spring break time for Conway. They'll get a few days off before, as you said, taking on Robinson or playing the Robinson tournament next week.
Staley's the first game out of Missouri,
that's right?
Kansas City area, I believe, and
that's right. Then Magnolia Heights out of Southern Mississippi.
Senatobia, I think is how. I'm not
sure.
I struggle with some of those names down there.
Senatobia, Pascagoula, I don't know. But those games will be broadcast by Robinson. They do a fantastic job with their streaming, so we're going to direct people to watch their stream. If for some reason that's not going to happen, we will get ours up and going. But plan on watching the Cats next week on the Robinson YouTube, or it might be under Pulaski County. We'll be sure to put that out on social media. How to find that, I'm sure you can just Google Wampus Cats Robinson Tournament, and you can find it. But they do a big production for their tournament and do a great job. So we'll turn it over to them next week and then be back here on the broadcast. I guess that's going to be March 30th. Cabot, we love going to Cabot.
Is it March 30th?
I think it's March 30th.
31st.
31st is a Tuesday?
31st, it's a Tuesday. 30th is my birthday on a Monday. I would love to be Cabot on my birthday.
Gotcha.
I can tell you that much. So
that would be a good birthday present. So, yep. Okay, March 31st. You're right. Against Cabot. So we'll be back on then, and look forward to seeing Cabot. So for Scott Wanamaker, I'm David Thompson. Going to sign off here. We will broadcast the JV game on this YouTube channel. So hop back on in a few minutes to watch our JV Cats in action, and then we will give everybody a spring break. So again, a final score from Valley View. It's the Valley View Blazers 7, Conway Wampus Cats 1, and we will see you next week.